The rain fell hard on the streets of Ravenwood, a town that had long forgotten what peace felt like. The shadows seemed to breathe at night, stretching across narrow alleys and broken lampposts, whispering secrets that no one dared to repeat. And in those shadows, something darker was waiting. My name is Daniel Cole. I'm not a detective. I'm not a hero. I'm just a man who stumbled too close to the truther, truth buried in darkness. A truth that people in this town would kill to keep hidden. It began on an ordinary Thursday night. I was walking home from work, rain soaking through my jacket, when I noticed a figure across the street. At first, I thought it was just another stranger, taking shelter under the awning of a closed bookstore. But then the figure moved slow, deliberate, like it was following me. I quickened my pace. The footsteps followed. I turned sharply down an alley, hoping to lose whoever it was. That's when I saw it. Oddie, lying sprawled against the wet cobblestone, eyes staring blankly at the night sky. Blood trickled down the side of his neck, mixing with the rain and disappearing into the gutters. I froze. My heart pounded against my ribs. And then I saw the shadow. It wasn't cast by any light, not the dim glow of the flickering street lamp nor the neon sign buzzing above the corner bar. No, this shadow moved on its own. It bent and twisted unnaturally, stretching across the wall, curling around the body as if claiming it. I wanted to scream, but my voice caught in my throat. I stumbled backward, slipping on the wet stones, until I slammed into the opposite wall. And then just like that, the shadow was gone. The figure from the street appeared at the mouth of the alley, staring at me with piercing eyes. He didn't speak. He didn't move closer. He just looked, as if judging me. Then, without a word, he turned and vanished into the storm. That was the night my life changed forever. The police arrived minutes later. They questioned me, of course. I told them what I saw, the body, the man watching me. But I didn't mention the shadow. How could I? They would have thought I'd lost my mind. The victim's name was Mark Doyle, a local journalist. He'd been investigating corruption in Ravenwood for months, digging into the secrets of powerful men and the crimes they wanted buried. His articles had been making enemies, but no one expected him to end up dead. Except, I think he knew. 2 days later, I received a letter in my mailbox. No stamp, no return address. Just my name, written in hurried ink. Inside was a single sheet of paper. If you're reading this, it means I'm already gone. They're watching you now. Don't trust anyone. The truth lies in the shadows. The signature was unmistakable Mark Doyle. Fear gripped me like a vice, but something else stirred inside me too. Curiosity. Why had Mark chosen me? I wasn't a cop. I wasn't even a friend of his. Just a nobody who happened to stumble onto his body. Unless he had been waiting for me. I retraced Mark's steps. I went to his apartment, broken into by police investigators, but still holding fragments of his life. On his desk, I found a notebook filled with half-written articles, cryptic notes and strange symbols. One phrase repeated again and again. Death walks in the shadows. The deeper I looked, the darker it became, like something underground network operating beneath Ravenwood. Politicians, businessmen, even police officers were involved. They called themselves the Veil. Their crimes were unspeakable: trafficking, extortion, murder. And they used the shadows as their weapon. It sounded insane. But the more I read, the more I realised Mark wasn't just writing stories. He was leaving warnings. His last entries described a manor figure cloaked in darkness, appearing wherever the veil carried out their work. Witnesses called him the Shadow Man. That was who I saw the night Mark died. From then on, I wasn't safe. I felt eyes on me everywhere I went. My phone buzzed with unknown numbers. My apartment door lock was tampered with twice. And always, at night, I would see it the shadow, watching from corners, stretching across my floor when no light could have made it. One night, I woke to find it standing at the foot of my bed. But instead of killing me, it whispered. Not with words, but with thoughts that echoed inside my skull. Find the truth, or you die like him. I became obsessed. I traced Mark's notes to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town. That's where I found them, the Veil, a gathering of masked figures, chanting in the dark. They weren't just criminals. They were worshippers. They believed the Shadow Man was more than just a tool. He was a god, a force of death that lived between worlds. And they were feeding him. Every victim, every body found in the alleys of Ravenwood was an offering. And now it was my turn. They caught me before I could escape, dragged me into the centre of their circle, knives glinting in the candlelight. The leader, his mask carved with jagged lines, spoke. You've seen him. You've heard him. Now you belong to him. The shadow closed in around me. It wrapped me in cold darkness, pulling the breath from my lungs. I thought it was the end, but then something changed. The voice came again. Truth or death. I screamed that I wanted the truth. I begged for it, and then the shadow released me. When I opened my eyes, the warehouse was empty. No masked figures. No cult. Just silence. Had I imagined it all? Was it some hallucination born from fear? No, because on the ground, I found Mark Doyle's notebook pages I had never seen before, and written on the very last one was a warning that chills me to this day. The veil never dies. The shadows never sleep. If you're reading this, they've chosen you run or join us. And every night since I see it, the shadow, waiting, watching. I don't know how long I have before it takes me to. But one thing is certain. There is death in the shadows. If you enjoyed this story and want more chilling tales like Death in the Shadows, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because the shadows are always watching, and the next story might be closer than you think.